Let's just get started. It is May 30th, 2025, and Chantal has just discovered that she's under investigation for illegally accepting donations when that's supposed to go to charities, registered charities, who won't scam people, okay? I can tell you already that she has 3 major transits, astrological transits challenging her in her particular space. Number 1, Pluto and Aquarius. That is absolutely going to tend to bring up consequences to people who have been trying to escape them now for a while. Also, Neptune went into Aries after having spent 14 years in Pisces. So this is about fighting suddenly for your dreams, for your delusions. Before, it was just kind of swimming around thinking about the delusions. It might be nice to live in these fantasies one day, but with Neptune pushing into Aries in March, she started pushing harder for the things that she really, really wanted out of life, most likely. I don't have a current transit up for her right now, but I can see when it starts moving into her sun sign area that that's going to create tensions. As of this filming, 6 days ago, Saturn transited into Aries after having been in Pisces for, I believe, 3 or 4 years, 3 years at least. And that's all about bringing constrictions and restrictions to people under the sign of Aries, and her sun sign is in Aries. This is punishment. These are dad figures saying, you can't do this. Okay? So that happened just 6 days ago, and lo and behold, look at this. She has consequences coming at her fast. Astrological transits do not fuck around. By the way, if I haven't already said this, excuse the lighting. I saw what was going on just before I went to bed. I was like, I have to put something up. This is too huge, okay? I'm wondering if there's not the possibility of this being the start of the Crackhead Olympics 2.0 that Spirit and I talked about a while back. I will link it up there in the info card and down in the description down below. It is highly worth a watch. It basically talks about what's going to happen from the point that everything blows up to the point that she leaves this mortal coil. Okay? Everything I say here is allegedly for entertainment purposes only, including in the Crackhead Olympics 2.0 video that I filmed, I believe, in December, right around, it was Shitgate. I'm using the 7th Sphere Lenormand by Tina Gong at Labyrinthos to take a look at this particular situation. I'll be using a portrait spread, and I shuffle until Spirit asks me to stop. Look at this. This is the central theme, bear. These are consequences that she can't run away from. When a bear really starts moving, God help you. God help you, dude. This, I feel like, is investigations, the Kuwaiti government. People have gotten fed up with her presence in the area, and they're saying no more. So that's the central theme. On the second row, on the second column too, I'll put a picture up to help explain better what's going on. House. I'm building the first row. This is about what is consciously going on. Something's going on behind closed doors that she does not want us to know about. However, house lands on top of the house of the writer, which is about news. Suddenly the doors and the windows are being blown open because this news gives them no option but to flee the house. The house is not a refuge anymore. Look at this. Whip coming right after the house. This is conflict. This is punishment coming from up above, and it's not a mistake that these two guys are in alignment. This is the present situation. Conflict, fighting. Is it true that Kuwait practices flogging? Allegedly for entertainment purposes only here, okay? Bear, this is going to be the dominant fact. She likes to dominate the conversation, but everything's being turned on its head. Bear lands on top of the house of the tree. This is a situation that has had roots in the ground now for a while, has been growing, and has finally reached to the point where it is a mature tree, this situation is, and now the tree gets to be chopped down. The bear gets to claw it the fuck down. She has no control over this situation. It is wildly out of her control. There's a real possibility that they could prevent her from flying out, because if she's under investigation, the Kuwaiti government is not going to allow her to fly out. I looked at the United States Embassy website. I understand that she's not an American citizen, but it applies to everybody regardless of where they live. She's in Kuwait. She's under their laws now. Dog, she's going to have to obey. She's going to have to obey the flogging. She's going to have to obey the conflict. The punishment, she's going to have to obey. The doors get blown wide open. She does not get to hide. This is something that she's going to try to run away from, and it will possibly be successful, but possibly not. That dog lands in the column that's associated with the future. Sun, exposure, they're finally successful in exposing her. Finally. The sun has been peeking in through the blinds and the shitty doorways now for a hot minute. This is in the past column, and I'll put up a picture once again to show you what I'm talking about. This has been a warning sign now for a hot minute. Also, the Kuwaiti sun, quite literally, this is a punishing, literally and figuratively. Lenormand does not fuck around, just like the Kuwaiti government does not fuck around. Ship, this has been going on, okay? Yep. She's going to have to obey and be deported. Consider that to be a plane, okay? Traveling long distances to Canada, 13-hour flight. She has no other choice. I've not finished this yet, but I see in the future that she will be deported. I don't know that she's going to get to leave before they punish her. I'm getting yes, they will, maybe not. There's still a lot going on. There's a lot happening in the air, a lot of energy around the situation right now. Nothing is totally, completely set in, or nothing is. A lot is set in stone. They're waiting to make their move is what I'm getting from Spirit. Okay? Don't know what that means. I guess we'll get to find out later on. This might also be something that she tends to lie about because it is so humiliating for her. When I talked about Crackhead Olympics 2.0, there were a couple of secrets that were just so humiliating for her that she could not even dream of them coming out. And this might quite possibly be one of them, and I'm getting from Spirit that yes, it is. I'm sorry I'm stumbling over my words. This is what happens when a Gemini gets way too excited, okay? Letter. Conflict with this particular letter. Possibly a marriage contract. That piece of paper that she signed at the wedding, so-called, I wonder if that's not going to get hauled out and it's going to get solidly discussed. This lands on the 6th house, and for God's sake, I don't remember what it is right now. I am flustered. Child. The child gets a spanking. This is the present reality. Present reality. Kids getting a spanking from the universe. Universe says enough is enough. You've abused enough cats. This is Timbit's revenge. This is BBJ's revenge. Sam's revenge. For all the cats that you've stepped on, that you've starved, that you've laughed at while they were in pain, in hunger, or whatever have you. For all the shitty things that you've done, this is karma coming back through another kitty cat. The child gets whacked. Hold on. 6 cloud? Nope. Letter, I'm sorry, this lands on the house of the snake. Deception. Two-facedness. This is quite possibly the Wasta marriage contract. Landing on the house of the snake. It's all about deception. She doesn't know completely what it was about because I don't believe that Salah completely translated everything perfectly for her. I believe that he deliberately hid some things for her, and people have been saying that now for a while since she signed that particular contract. So sorry, now I remember. Letter lands on the house of the snake, and ship lands on the house of the clouds. She doesn't see this coming just yet. She is in such a state of emotional frenzy right now that she cannot think straight. But I do see this coming. She's going to be forced to be deported. She's going to be forced to obey the law and leave. Last and not least, I haven't looked at it yet. Oh, tower. Isolation. Also, prison towers. I wonder if she isn't going to be isolated, punished somewhat in the state of Canada for having dodged taxes or dodged something. So she's got punishment coming to her from Kuwait and punishment quite possibly coming to her from Canada. When karma hits, it hits so fucking hard if you're like Chantal. Is what I'm getting from this particular situation, okay? She has no choice. She has been chasing this particular... She's been playing house now for forever and a day. We're reading, like, the surrounding situation of the cards. Those are the corner cards. She has been trying to play house for so long, acting like the obedient little wife, and that couldn't be further from the truth. This marriage contract isolated her because she couldn't talk about that. The tower lands on the house of the bouquet. She wanted to talk about this with her fans, with the people that, well, even with Gorwald. She wanted people talking about this, but she couldn't. She had to shut up. This particular event, I really do feel like it's going to set off Crackhead Olympics, because 2.0, I should say, because it's just going to be like pulling stuff like a thread out of a rug, and you just keep pulling and pulling and pulling, and oh my God, there's something underneath this rug. This is going to be batshit insane. I said that in the December Crackhead Olympics 2.0 reading. Spirit said specifically that she's going to be screaming at the audience. You are insane, just like when she realized that she couldn't get BBJ back, that BBJ was at last safe and in the loving arms of somebody who genuinely cares for that sweet kitty cat, okay? So Spirit is saying that's enough for me. I need to chill out and go to bed. This situation is by no means over. Seriously, go watch that Crackhead Olympics 2.0 video. It's basically a roadmap for what we can expect from this point on until things end for her, okay? I will come back to this topic. Obviously, it is popping off right now, and I just want to jump into the energy of it because I'm a Gemini. We love to talk, okay? Thank you for watching to this particular point. I hope you have a great evening. Take care.